Hi guys, what an end to Matt Smith's era. You know, it's very emotional, especially towards the end, with the regeneration scene. It's always emotional. I know. But yeah, this episode it was good. You know, I really liked this one, and you know, it's just what is it about? This planet is sending out messages. Not first of all, be spoilers, you know, from this on, you know, for this on. It's gonna be spoilers, you know. So if you haven't seen the episode, avoid it and watch it after and all that stuff. Cause I'm gonna be talking in for the spoilers and all that stuff. So just a little heads up for you guys. Right, this episode. But this planet, right, we've sending out a message signal to the universe, you know, and all the alien species who intercepted the message came to the point of origin. That's the Doctor role. There was like Daleks, Cybermen, Sidines, Centaurans, and all that stuff, you know. And the Mayframe, you know, the church that was in Series 6. No, the one who's not responsible for taking Melody Pond and making to, you know, a person who wants to kill the Doctor. That church. But it was after Madame Varian tenure, I would say. They sort of made it good. Done. But yeah, this episode we get to see Clara's family, the parents and the grandbrother, and for some reason she told them that the Doctor was his boyfriend, so that's the beginning of the episode. And then they went off to this planet and it's trying to investigate what's this message, you know, and they find out that this planet is Trenzalore. Do you remember that Trenzalore in series 7 finale, where all those gravestones and all that stuff, and that's where the Doctor dies. And this is like before the war. So this episode is like the actual war that ended up looking like that. All the gravestones and all that. And now obviously the reason why the Doctor was protecting this village and ultimately the planet, it was because we get to see the cracks, you know, in series 5, that the same cracks, you know, that appeared, and what was in the cracks, it was shown it was Time Lords, you know, Gallifrey. So that's one loose end tied up. So we didn't know what was the cracks, you know, in series 5. It was just happened, and it was just you know, disappeared, you know, all of a sudden. And in this episode, it's explained what it is. It was Time Lords and it was Gallifrey, and the reason why they all, you know, void. So the church knows if the Doctor releases the Time Lords, it will be like another time war, because the Daleks or the Cybermen, they're out there waiting. Once they've shown themselves, they'll obviously all fight, and it'll be like another time war. And then Tasha, usually, you know, the boss, she wants to avoid that, which leads into another loose ends tying up. Two, actually. Yeah, two. One was why did the TARDIS explode in the end of series 5? Because it was because of her. She wanted to stop the Doctor from coming to Trenzalore, and the Silence. They created the Silence, you know, just stop the Doctor from answering the question, which was Doctor Who. So if the Doctor told his name to the cracks, that will release the the Time Lords, and they'll come out, and that's why the silence was created, to prevent that, and that's why the Doctor was in this village protecting for 300 years. You know, it's just to stop the Daleks, the Cybermen, from coming, and to stop the Church from stopping him from stopping all of that. So yeah, it was, we get to see him age. If you see the trailers, he was like aged, and he's got like a walking stick. That's why he was protecting this village for 300 years. And that's not the reason why he regenerated, by the way. Well, I'll get into that later. And at the end, Clara was the one who told the well, it wasn't in his name. He was telling into the cracks to the person whoever was listening that his name was the Doctor, because that's the name he uses, you know, and it was telling or asking them to help him, because, you know, he's a Time Lord, he's the Doctor, and he saves people. Basically, Clara's just want them to help him, and that's the and a crack appeared in the sky, and they gave the Doctor extended. I don't know by how much, but an extended life on the regenerations. That's why he was able to regenerate, because if you remember, the Doctor was on his last incarnation. It wouldn't be able to regenerate anymore. So they explained it. So the War Doctor, that was a regeneration, definite, and there was the 2 regeneration for the 10th Doctor. If you remember, in series 4 finale, not the 12th episode finale, he was about to regenerate, but somehow it kept the same face. That counted as a regeneration, so that's why he's on his last incarnation. So he's the 12th. So that's the crack in the sky gave him the extended regeneration process. That's why he was able to regenerate into Capaldi. And then we come to this regeneration scene where in the TARDIS, and he wasn't old anymore. He was like old and all that stuff. But that regeneration started. It was like in the 10th Doctor's regeneration. He's always got all these cuts because he fell from the glass and all that stuff, and it's basically, you know, it's just wipe his face and it's all healed. It was like that, and it was made him back to young again, and he was in a process of regeneration. I suppose he was like, you know, little holding it up until he get into the TARDIS, you know, I suppose, where it's safe. We get to see a cameo by Amy Pond, you know, Karen Gillan. She was in. It was a little cameo saying, you know, goodbye, Rebecca D-Man, and she was the first person. Well, young Amelia. We also see young Amelia as well. She was the first person that the 11th phase saw. So it was sort of a nice touch, a nice fitting for that. I suppose it's, you know, it's Amy's her daughter, Connie, in a way, and we also get to see Clara being upset. She doesn't want him to go. I suppose she formed an attachment to the 11th Doctor. So, you know, not because they was like lovers or anything like that. Because he was her friend. You know, they were sort of like best friends in a way. And obviously she wanted him to go, but she knew about the regeneration process. She knows about all the Doctors. She went in his personal time stream in the series 7 finale. She knows all about that, but it's like for Amy as well. He was her daughter kind of thing, So obviously he didn't want him to go, and then we get to the actual regeneration bit. That was unexpected for me. Not to say I hated it. I loved it. It's very different. It's very, very different. I went in watching that expecting a this origin yellow flare coming out of his hand and his head, not like the previous regenerations, but it was just like a snap regeneration. It was Matt Smith and Notice, and it's just Peter Capaldi standing there. It's just unexpected. It's just a very a clever way of changing it up. All the regeneration process. But after a while, it started to get boring. So obviously, they wanted to change it up a little bit. And but that little scene where I was watching Peter Capaldi's doing this thing, and it was I quite liked it. It's a really it's a really good scene. I can't wait to see more of Capaldi's Doctor and the next series. I don't know when the next series go. They're saying it's gonna be like autumn next year, which is too long. But I can't wait. I really liked that little scene. The kidneys, I got new kidneys, and doesn't like the colour of it. How can you see what colour it is? and saying, do you know how to fly this TARDIS? It's just, and this ended there. It was good. It's a really good scene, and I can't wait for his his adventures kind of thing. So yeah, it's just a very, very nice send off for Matt Smith, and obviously we're all gonna say goodbye to Matt Smith. Personally, I thought he was a good Doctor, an excellent Doctor, even, especially coming up from David Tennant. His first series, he made it his own instantly. In the first episode, it's a very tough thing to do. From coming up for like a fan favourite Doctor. Yeah, but Matt Smith has made his own incarnation, his own. It's excellent. It was excellent three series, and it's quite sad to see him go, but it's nothing can live on forever. Even though he said that, the Doctor said that as well. All good stories must come to an end. Nothing lasts forever, and it's just, it applies to this as well, because no one can live forever. Changes must happen. In order to move on. So yeah, it's quite sad, but I'm excited at the same time to see Peter Capaldi's adventures and all that stuff. And so yeah, another thing, we get to see another loose end tied up in the episode in series 6, the God Complex, where we get to see the Doctor go in his own door, which he's not supposed to see, and the thing that he saw in his own room was the cracks, because obviously that's connected to No Time Lords and Gallifrey, and what he didn't know that at the time, so he was in series 5, the end, and it was just not somehow disappeared, and that's that. He was waiting for the cracks to return, because he knew that wasn't the end, so that's probably why he saw it in his own room, because if you remember, he said, of course, what else, he was expecting it, so he's expecting it to happen at some point in his future, and it happens in this one. And so yeah, it was a really good episode. I can't, I feel I want to see it again. It's a really good episode. It was a good send off. I'm getting, feel sad. It's Matt Smith's not going to be in anymore, and it's this. Well, all good stories come to an end. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye.